Hi, today is week 8 of the 7 pillars of discovering you, and we're going to talk about boundary setting. And I love boundaries because I had to learn that a boundary is not so much to keep someone else out, but to keep me in. Meaning, I don't set a boundary so I can control someone else, but I set a boundary so I can control my own behavior. So when you're setting this boundary, you are taking care of you. You are showing yourself that you love yourself. You're not you're realizing that what another person's done or said to you isn't going to cause you to step outside your boundary so that you behave differently or that you conduct yourself in a way that's contrary to your character. Boundary setting means you're no longer going to try to fix another person. You're going to allow that person to be who they are and keep yourself and keep holding on to yourself as they're exhibiting whatever behavior or just saying words or displaying in their actions something that doesn't go along with who you are or how you want to conduct or carry yourself. You're not going to step outside your boundary in order to control what they do or what they say or how they think. Because when you do that, you're most likely reacting to something that they've said or done, and it causes you to step outside of who you really are and the goals that you're trying to keep for yourself and the level of love and respect that you have for yourself. Another thing is when you're setting boundaries, you're taking responsibility for your life. You're not allowing how someone else is moving and flowing in their life to cause you to react to what they're doing or saying. The best thing I can say about having boundaries is you're no longer reacting to someone else. You're saying, I love myself. I'm staying in this space and I'm not going to cross this line in my behavior and in my actions. Regardless of what someone's saying or doing, I'm going to hold on to me and I'm not going to let someone else influence my decisions and my behaviors. In this week in the workbook, I talk about setting boundaries in 3 areas: relational, mental, and spiritual. So I'll give you these examples that are in the book. And it talks about a relational boundary, and it says, I will not spend time in another person's presence. If I begin to feel uncomfortable, I will remove myself from the situation. So that's a boundary you're putting in place. You're saying, when I'm around someone and I start to not feel good about who I am, and I start to second guess myself, then I'm not going to stay in the presence of that person, or I'm not going to continue to stay on the phone with that person. Whatever dialogue you're having with them, you're going to remove yourself, because the boundary is, if I'm talking to someone and they're making me feel a certain way about myself that's contrary to how I think and feel about who I am, I'm going to remove myself from the situation. Another type of boundary is a mental boundary that says, if I have a thought that I know is right for me, I will not allow anyone to influence what I think. Because a lot of times when people are hurting us, they want to change our minds. They're trying to get us to think the way they think so they can usually get their way or get what they want. But if you know something to be right and true for yourself, then you're going to stand up for yourself in that way, and you're not going to let what someone else thinks influence what you believe, what thought you have, and what you know to be right. And the third example of a spiritual boundary is, I'll put God first as my highest priority and never do anything that doesn't line up with his will for my life. And this is really good because it goes back to that intuition. Like, you know what's right for you. And when you get that feeling like something isn't right, it's that Holy Spirit, it's that guide inside of you saying, hey, you know, my priority is me. I set that boundary for myself, and I'm not going to let what you are, what you want for me, which really turns out to be what they want for themselves, because it's manipulation, trying to influence how you think about yourself. So your priority, your highest priority is God, and letting his will for your life be your guide and not what someone else wants for your life. So overall, in this workbook, this week 8, the boundary is to keep you in line with what you want, what you desire, what you hope, what you dream, what you know to be right for yourself, and what you care about, and not letting other people come in and take that away from you and pull you in a direction that's moving you away from yourself, and trying to pull you outside of your boundary. You're holding on to self. You're staying within. You're not letting someone else's words or behavior cause you to jump outside your boundary. Because why? You love yourself, you respect yourself, you value yourself, and you care about yourself. So have a good time in this chapter, and I'll see you on the next video.